Call me Junior. Snakes, why did it have to be snakes? I'm making this up as I go. Except we just finished off the Wraiths.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Wraiths, why did it have to be Wraiths?
And then who is in charge of music tonight?
Max usually has some pretty good playlists queued up, but I can find something.
Creepy Dungeon?
Say 007 theme from the N64.
What the main menu,
Yeah, that one. Or no, the watch menu, the pause menu.
Yeah,
that one's good. Let's do creepy dungeons. Let's do darkest dungeon themes.
Awesome. Good choice. We are cool. Well, while Ryan gets the music going, last week we were actually able to play 2 weeks in a row. It's amazing, guys. Last week we were missing a barbarian, but you proceeded to fight a bunch of wraiths, and win. And as the wraiths were finished off, the room started to change. The floor twisted, and almost like a screw started spiraling and lowering. As I believe Charles and Tommaso watched the medallion that was sunken into the altar start to rotate at the same pace. And everyone continued to sink further and further and further down into the earth.
Was Wrath actually not there? Or
no, Wrath was there. You were there.
Okay.
Yeah, you these wraiths kind of pummeled you, and who else was? Chance was pretty badly injured as well.
And 4 of the 5 guards died.
Yes. As the floor settles with a echoing thud, the air is cold, and the area around you all is dark, except for whatever torchlight you brought in. The entrance the doorway where you entered from is now opening to a cavernous staircase that descends quite a ways into darkness. And even those with dark vision seem to have a little bit of a harder time seeing into this gloom.
Even with magical dark vision?
Even with magical dark vision.
Interesting.
And as things settle, Damaso kind of holding his shoulder where a wraith had reached in and pulled some essence out, kind of leans against the altar. Well, looks like we're in the thick of it now, eh? All right. How's everyone doing? We need a little bit of a rest. You all good? I think here might be our safest bet, but Probably keep an eye out just in case. Quentin goes and sits down next to the altar and just kind of takes deep breaths after being attacked several times. You can all take a short rest.
I'm of course
Anything-
going to slink out of the room to take my short rest so that no one sees me. I'm
Sure,
still
you.
convinced that they don't know I'm here.
Okay, sounds good. You enter into the hallway, or the staircase, I guess, really. And these stairs, each step drops down 4 feet. What's up?
It says I don't have permission to edit my sheet,
Well,
I think.
that would be awkward.
I don't know, see. Reduce my HP. Can I do that? Do that.
You are the owner.
I just hit the short rest thing and hit rest and it said I didn't have permission.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And the number of 2s and 1s that I've rolled
Jeez,
is
That is
wild.
that is rough.
Are you still not able to, Ryan?
Roll? No, I can. We found out what it was. It was ad blocker.
Ah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Each of these steps, as I was saying, drops 3-4 feet before extending 3 or 4 feet, before dropping 3 or 4 feet, before extending 3 or 4 feet. These are massive. It's a massive staircase. You find yourself in kind of a corner, a nook there, and rest. Is there anything you guys would like to do during the short rest?
Hmm.
If not, you guys rest for about 45 minutes to an hour. That reminds me, I need to. Okay. And while we're here, let's do this.
Oh, it's dark. Oh, there we go.
The darkness around you is almost complete. Does anybody have a torch that they will be lighting or wielding on the way down?
I actually think Wrath had a torch because of the people without dark vision.
Okay.
I do have a torch on me.
Speaking of which, I forgot Risa. There's Risa for you, Michael.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and light my torch.
Okay.
Thank you.
In that case, if I remember correctly, like
Well, it's funny. When I click on Risa, I can see things. When I click on me, I see nothing.
Um.
By the way, is that following thing on?
Yes? Question mark? Click on your character.
How do you do the follow?
Hover over the thing you want to follow and press F.
I'll be right back,
Oh,
guys. I gotta
yeah.
go help my daughter.
Go for it.
Okay, do I have to go into effects on the character sheet to like actually give my character the 120 feet of dark vision?
Yeah, I can do it for you.
Okay.
I also have magical dark vision, so I should be able to have 120 feet as well.
Yeah. Of course, that assuming that it's regular magical darkness.
There should only be magical and non-magical darkness. Darkness is either magical or it's not magical.
No, it's advanced darkness.
I knew you were about going to make that joke. I almost tried to beat you to it.
Okay. It looks like it took care of that. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, why did
Oh.
Quentin jump down there? Weird. So Wrath lights up a torch, and everyone has to shield their eyes for a second as their eyes get used to the light compared to the pitch black. But you see a rough-hewn staircase that leads down, and those who can see for far enough, excuse me, you are able to see some rubble off to the right side of the bottom of the staircase, and it looks like, yeah, Charles and Chance, you see the majority of the room in front of you, and the massive 15-foot tall wrought iron door
Ooh.
at the far end.
Interesting.
You notice, well, from this distance, you actually don't notice much more than that. It's dark and it's really hard to see. But there it is.
There is a door.
Yes, your
Okay.
dad would be able to see it too. Or no, anyway.
The reason we have 120 is because we took the Devil's Sight invocation.
Right. I was just realizing that.
It's whether or not, I mean, I'm not going to say he or he doesn't or he does, but that's, yeah. Strategic when one of us may cast darkness at some point. If that ever becomes a strategically good idea.
Yeah, in a way that doesn't like make
Completely
it bad for the
screw
rest
over
of the party.
everyone else.
Chance is gonna like have his sword and staff out and go to the bottom of the staircase. Game is paused, so I can't really move in.
Oh, my bad. Go for it.
Oh, that's not. Thank you. Let's see, middle of the bottom of the staircase.
Sure.
Do I get?
What's up?
I was just gonna ask if there was anything more interesting about the rubble at the bottom, or if I could see the door better.
Make an investigation check
I'll help him.
with advantage.
Okay.
19's
Nice.
pretty good.
That's quite good. 26. You do see a crushed skeleton underneath the rubble. Bones splintered and shattered throughout the rocks and the debris. With a 26, you're looking at this skeleton, and it's weird. The skull, it's not glowing, but you swear it's giving off some sort of light. Like from the inside. It's almost like, I kind of call it like a purple light, like more like a black light. It's there, but it's not. You can barely catch it out of the corner of your eye.
Wrath, could you please bring that torch closer?
Sure.
Frank, I'm assuming you're staying back a little bit.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I'm gonna, with the torch closer, I'm gonna look inside the eye sockets of the skull.
You look in the eye sockets, and there's something in there. Black and shining, and you can almost see the torchlight reflecting off of it.
Charles, can you see if there's any magic coming off of this?
Sure.
If you have it up, like I think you do.
I actually don't. I was concentrating on Hex, and because it lasts 8 hours. But we just had a long rest, so I will drop concentration of Hex, and I will switch to Detect Magic.
Okay. There is something inside that's magical. Abjurative.
Charles will tell the rest of them to stand back, and I'm going to, just as a precaution, also because this is a good thing to do, and Charles will take out a vial of water, shake it, unplug it, and spray it into the air. As it does, kind of forms into Armor of Agathis as he casts that.
Okay. How long does that last?
Lasts an hour.
Cool.
Actually, I'm going to use Extended Spell to make it last 2 hours.
2 hours it is.
Just in case.
Okay. I will put a...
Cast it real quick. Let me...
No, concentrating not right.
Yeah, Armor of Agathis isn't concentration.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice. I'm just gonna give you the exhaustion 5, just so we remember.
I have a thing on my thing already.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and then I will go over and attempt to take whatever's in the skull out.
Okay. It looks like it's almost as large as the cranium of the skull. And so you attempt to reach in there, and the skull starts to crumble and break as you're trying to pull it out. And it ends up falling apart in your hands, and what you hold is a black metallic orb. It's about softball size. Giving off a faint abjurative presence. And with that, I'm going to go help my wife and my kids down. Be right back.
So what exactly happened up until now?
We just had the fight
mean
with the 8 Wraiths that showed up. And that was it, basically.
Yeah. Pretty tough fight.
Yeah, three of the Wraiths focused on the guards that were near them, and
they were able to bring up 2 or 3 of the guards as specters as well.
Yeah. One lucky guard got away up the stairs back towards the surface.
I did join the fray for the last 2 rounds and then tried to pretend that I was also a ghost and disappear. It's We'll see if that stuck or not.
Yeah. Frank's main contribution was summoning a shadow spawn.
Mm-hmm.
Which, well, it provided a good distraction at one point.
Would have been
for
better if
Franks.
I'd done about 2 rounds prior, but sometimes it'd be like that.
They don't think it be like it is, but it
Yeah.
do.
But it do.
Yeah, so Wraith got pretty beat up. Chance got pretty beat up.
You got pretty beat up. Because Joss was in charge of you. They got you early. They were able to get to you before you started raging.
Yeah, I was down like 50 HP. Yeah, I rolled 10 d12s during my short rest. And I healed 40 HP.
Jeez.
Pretty sad.
That feels considerably low. Was it like
There's a bunch of ones from what I.
a bunch of ones?
Didn't roll.
That
Yeah, I
sucks.
didn't roll over 6, and it was like 2 ones
That
and
sucks.
3 2s, and
I literally wasn't touched during that fight.
Same.
like that happens with Charles at least.
Yeah.
Kind of a sniper.
That's a strategy with Charles. Take cover and shoot. Cover shooter.
Yeah, Charles's brother got kind of beat up too.
Oh, he got hurt. He got real hurt from what I saw. And my dad did too, apparently.
Almost killed maybe for the brother.
Mm-hmm.
His health seemed real low, right? Because he got hit many times.
Mm-hmm. With this orb, I can take a sit for like 10 minutes and identify it.
Yeah.
See if it's something importante.
Somehow, both of my kids are asleep.
Hey,
Very
that's
nice.
pretty good.
It's unprecedented. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Excuse me. All right, where we leave off?
I picked up orb.
You picked up orb. Orb there.
Orb is there. Okay.
Orb is there.
Charles kind of looks around. He's like, if you all don't mind, I can take 10-ish minutes while you look around the room, and I can identify this.
Your father looks around. I think we can do that. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna have a look at that big door over there.
Okay.
I was saying the same thing.
Charles will sit down and start casting ritual casting identify.
Okay.
I'll go with chance to light.
Hold on. Cat needs to go out, I think.
Chance, go ahead and make another investigation check with advantage.
All right.
Dang, another good roll.
Very nice.
So as you get closer to the door, two things stand out to you. The first is the 3 talon-like claws that extend from equidistant parts of the door. There's one extending from the middle, one from the right, one from the left. each just kind of out and open. You also notice that the iron of the door itself is twisted and not into a way of it's broken. It's rough hewn. Where it is one solid piece, but that piece is made up of twisting, almost otherworldly looking pieces. It's very strange and admittedly very hard to describe. But the three talons stand out above kind of all of the weird shifting, even though it's not moving, it almost looks like it is, as the iron bends in odd angles up to the top. And it stands a solid 15 so feet tall and maybe 30 feet wide. That's about what you get from it.
So the talons on the left and right, are they like pointing directly at the other door? Are they other doors in here?
No, each of them are just kind of out, kind of twisted out of the odd decoration and just kind of reaching out with three-toed clawed grasp. Where's everyone else looking? Or searching around or doing?
Pondering the orb.
Pondering the orb. I guess Castle? What are you doing right now?
I'm staying close to Risa because I can't see much, and I'm having her essentially keep a lookout for things suspicious.
I'm assuming Frank is just kind of staying by, so we'll kind of wait out the 10 minutes most likely.
Yeah.
Sounds
Like,
right.
I'm just, like, if anybody comes through a door that shouldn't, they're getting fired.
You've got your gun trained kind of with Risa's hand right next to it, pointing to a different area, just be on the safe side.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. Wrath. Go ahead and make a perception check while you are just kind of holding up the torch and looking around.
Okay. Advantage?
Tommaso would be... Yeah, sure, why not? Tommaso would be helping both you guys out. So, 24. Nice.
24.
A lot of good rolls tonight. Tommaso's kind of mostly looking and helping Chance out, but he's also pointing out different things around. And as you hold your torch up, you scan around. Off to the left, kind of over on this wall, you see a mural. It's hard to see without the light right next to it, but it kind of stands out from the stoneworked walls around.
I'll walk over to it.
Yeah. You head over right next to a large double door. And the mural is of a landscape with small trees in the background, kind of roughly painted in there with dark green. The ground is black, kind of a black paint that just kind of paints it on quickly. The sun is partway on the horizon, and there are two figures as silhouettes in this it's hard to tell if it's a sunrise or a sunset. The colors above the sun are more in like the purples and oranges. Just kind of roughly painted on there real quick for some weird reason.
Hey, Charles, you should look at this pretty painting.
You're muted.
I will as soon as the spell is finished.
About next few minutes go by. Anyone else want to look at anything else, or?
I think we're just waiting for.
I wasn't here to hear any descriptions. Is there anything you think Frank would want to check?
Well, we have a couple of things. We have double doors on the left, a single door on the right, the big giant door in the back with the weird twisting iron and the 3 talons holding or poking out. And then Wrath just pointed out a haphazardly painted mural on one side, just kind of thrown on, painted on.
I haven't rolled for stealth. Do you want me to, or did you say it's dark enough that I don't really have to worry about it?
I'd say it's pretty dang dark. So go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Oh, nope. Bazinga. 21. That's really low for me. What is that? 10? Yeah, 10.
Huh. Now I can't see yours.
Uh-oh.
Do you have an
Have you block
blocker on
origin
your...
turned on?
You know what? I actually do.
You don't have
Nah,
to
there you go.
block my website. There are no ads.
How do I?
This next
do
D&D game is sponsored by Dice Shadow Dice.
Dungeon Shadow Dragon.
Give me a second. Okay. For the 21, you feel pretty hidden.
Right. And yeah,
So it is.
I'm moseying my way
up
on
to you.
over to glance through the mural from a distance, see if I can glean anything.
Okay.
Kinda makes me hungry.
I don't see my toe. Oh, way back here. Okay.
He's way the heck down there.
What doesn't make you hungry, Wrath?
Yeah, I'll stick to like the shadows and stand perfectly still.
Just so you know, Damazo's right here.
Oh, that guy's. I'll
And
go over here.
Quentin's over here.
It's like what?
You can hang out next to Charles. He's just
Yeah, I don't want to get too close to this guy, whoever he is. I can't remember his name.
Quentin's right there.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm standing still and completely invisible. So I'll mosey my way over here. This is still technically in shadow, right? As long as it's dim light, essentially, is the rule.
So, just a warning: you are going to be backlit at this point.
Yeah, but if I stand still, I'm invisible.
I think it's the act of walking over there.
All right, I'll go like here-ish then, so I can get a good look
Okay, perfect.
and stand perfectly still.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Can I do investigation?
If you want to get closer.
Nah, my perception's better. 16.
16. To the right of this big double door, off to the left here, is the mural that Wrath is looking at. And then off to the left is a nearly identical mural. You're not sure of the colors, but you can see very well that there's only a single figure silhouetted by a sun that is low on the horizon.
Nearly identical. What is not identical?
He just said the single figure versus the two figures.
Single figure versus two figures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
the
and then are there murals on the other wall too? Is there a story in here?
You turn around and there's not. You don't
Just
see
one.
any murals on that other side. These ones, it's strange. They don't look like they were originally part. Almost like
Are they painted in, or are
they're
they like?
very, very, very haphazardly painted in there. The only things that have major details are the figures and kind of the sun area. But you
What's going on
can't
with
tell.
the sun? Is it on both murals or just the left?
The sun is on both murals, yeah.
It's just a regular sun, or is there anything weird about its iconography?
On the right, you can see that the colors around it are kind of in the purples and the oranges.
Like a sunset?
Possibly.
I'm colorblind, so I don't know what sunsets look like.
Sorry, I'm talking to the wrong person. You is is Frank colorblind?
Yep. Well, he's dwarvish, and they spend most of their lives living in mountains. They are artisans, so I'm imagining no.
Okay.
I doubt dwarves are colorblind. I don't know.
You would
I guess-
almost say
They don't
you would
have
almost
red-green colorblind tests in fantasy worlds.
I mean, they got everything else. I guess the question I'm asking about the sun is it indicating different times of day on each mural?
it's
Is
hard
one
to tell
sunset,
without
one
seeing.
sunrise?
It's hard to tell without seeing the colors on the left.
I would imagine at this point I'd be done with the spell.
At this point, yeah, it goes off. It is an abjurative key.
Okay.
Nothing special. Nothing. No special abilities. It seems to be some sort of a.
Are the talons on the door in cupping shape?
They are.
Okay. Got it.
So we need to find another one.
So Charles will walk up. Well, Charles will stand up. First, he'll walk over to the first mural and look it over himself.
Which one, right or left?
The one that's lit.
You see what Wrath sees.
Okay.
Two figures silhouetted by a sun, and you could probably both you and Wrath and Frank could probably take a guess that it's probably a sunset.
Okay. Charles
the
will
colors.
then look over at the other mural and ask Wrath to bring the light over there.
The colors above the single figure silhouetted by the sun is more of a golden hue, probably more evocative of a sunrise.
Fancy.
So
Charles will make quick sketches of both of them
Okay.
in his journal. Then he'll close his journal and let's go through the double doors on the left. If that's all right with you. Anybody have any objections?
Wait, did you look at the left mural?
Yeah.
I must have missed that. Did you say it was the same colors?
they are
No,
different
he said
colors.
so the left one with the two people looks like a sunset, and then the right one with the one figure looks like a sunrise.
Is the figure just roughly drawn, or are they very clearly a distinct?
They're
like,
pretty well
creature?
detailed, but it looks like a humanoid.
Just a humanoid. Okay.
Yeah,
No specific gender, I imagine.
hard to tell. Like, no.
So it's just two humanoids and then one humanoid.
Yeah, seems to be.
Okay. Or though it
Now we
could
just need to
also
find
be
the one with
one
3 legs and
humanoid
the
to
tail.
2 humanoids.
Oh, quick question. Did any of us see whether that talisman was left back in the circular room where
Oh
we
yeah,
fought the
did
Wraiths?
my dad take it back out? Weird. Okay.
So he's either verifiably not a warlock, and he actually hasn't touched it, or he's just gonna call it back with the ritual or something.
Oh, that's true. If
Oh.
it is a talisman thing, he could just snap, bring it back.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
I would like to look closer at the single door before. I want to look at both doors before we decide where to go.
Okay. They all seem to be made of the same stone as the walls. On hefty hinges. Doesn't seem like there's any decoration or, but they both have not turning handles, but like a latch handle almost. And that's on both sides. Except for the one on the left is double doors, the one on the right just a single.
Okay.
Yeah. Damaso turns to you all. All right. Where are we going?
So
I think this time, I'm going to... I'm going to do something I don't do normally. I'm going to defer to you, Charles.
Appreciated. My instinct says left. So, Charles, with his armor of Agathis still up, will go over and go to push the door open.
Okay.
Can I click it? Can I open it?
Please do. Please do.
Boom.
You click it.
Oh
Oh,
my.
You push the door open.
why?
You all right?
I don't know if you guys saw that.
I didn't.
Cat just tried to climb me to get to my desk. Realized that my desk was inaccessible and just hung in my flesh with her claws.
Ow.
What? Come here. No, you don't need to do that. Come here. What do you want? Sorry, go on.
You're good. The door opens with a heavy thud on either side. You see a basin, almost a bowl, just several, probably 15 feet across. In the center of the room, further down, there's another large iron door on the right, and some sort of fleshy substance on both the right and left walls.
Fleshy?
Fleshy,
Meat walls.
undulating.
Good.
As you open the door, 2 eye stalks look out, or kind of poke out from the flesh, and just start scanning the area from the light that has now entered the room. But it doesn't seem to see you in the doorway.
Well. Um.
Your father walks over and kind of looks over your shoulder. Nope. And just backs up a little bit.
So these eye stalks, they're coming from these fleshy parts of the wall?
Yep.
Okay.
They almost like grew out of them and the eyes opened. There's probably this wide. Unblinking, just kind of looking around.
Is there space underneath them?
What do you mean underneath?
Like, are they like in the middle of the wall? And if I like kind of like shimmied across this wall, could I like get like hypothetically get under this eye?
You can certainly try.
Is there space though? Like, would I? Is it even
I mean,
possible?
yeah, they're probably 3 or 4 feet up, so you'd have to kind of duck. No, they're
Okay.
more like 5 or 6 feet up.
That's option one. Option two is. Oh wait. I know what option two is. Boom. Double boom. Okay. I'm gonna cast invisibility from the staff.
Okay.
On myself.
You vanish.
All right.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna invisibly look around this room. If they see me and I scream, please help. And Charles will start walking
Fair enough. Yeah.
in.
As you enter the room,
I assume Risa and Castle do not want to follow me. Okay.
probably not.
Yeah.
Charles, as you enter the room, the eye stalks don't seem to see you.
Awesome. Okay. Charles will kind of. Has Charles ever heard or read in a book about something like this? This thing in the out in the wall? Could I make a history check?
Make a history check, yeah.
Awesome. Charles is so book learned. 23.
23. I mean, giant eye stalks is indicative of a beholder.
Beholderkin.
Something you've read about. But, and you guys have dealt with some sort of beholderkin a while ago back in Feyheim. But nothing that grows out of a wall of flesh.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured, but I was just like, might as well. Let's see. Quick DM question. Is the room actually indicative of what the room looks like?
Yes.
Okay, so this crest on the floor, what does that look like?
You see a so it's not a crest, it's actually a bowl. A giant
Ooh.
15-foot bowl.
Okay.
Leaning up against it, you see a jagged black knife.
Inside of it, or like on? Oh, as in, okay. There's a knife
Leaning
there.
against it. So
Okay.
the bowl itself is just kind of resting on the ground.
Oh, as in like it's not in the ground. It's like on the ground. Okay, because I was thinking of like a indent in the ground. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
It's maybe about a foot tall and just kind of there. If you wanted to, you could kick it or nudge it, and it would just kind of that kind of thing.
I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Ooh,
Why
you know
not?
what? That's a
No.
good question. Charles just had an idea. Just to see what happens if something may or may not happen. Charles will take one of his crossbow bolts he still has. And he's just gonna toss it right there-ish. See if the eye reacts.
Okay. You
Gonna
throw the
test
crossbow.
something.
You throw the crossbow bolt across the bowl, and you watch as the eye stalk tracks it. It lands, and then keeps looking elsewhere.
Okay.
It was almost like the moment it left your fingers, the eye stalk was on it. The one behind you didn't, but the one down here did.
Okay. I'm gonna look at what's back here. Give it
It looks like a hearth that is cold. like a dead hearth.
Weird. There's no writing anywhere that I can see.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
I will say, moving to this side of the bowl, you do notice that there is a little spigot off one side of the bowl, like the bottom side of the bowl. And there is a small trench that leads towards the door.
Huh.
While he's taking a look at this, what are the rest of you doing?
Just waiting,
you can
standing
definitely
there.
hear Charles like sigh, kind of antsily. He's not trying to be quiet. He's just being invisible. Because he seemed to just be eyes. So at this point, he sighed. You heard him like say, "I'm gonna test something," and then you heard him throw the crossbow bolt.
Well, does anybody else want to be invisible?
I mean, we could go the whole invisible shtick, but I have a feeling that we're not gonna find out what we need to do unless we bring a torch in here. And if we bring a torch in here, they're gonna see us. I'm armored partially, so I am willing to stand near the door and just stand in front of the eye and see what it does if it attacks us. If it attacks us, then we'll just attack it.
Alrighty then.
Alright, cool. Charles will walk over back past the bull. Charles will look at the knife. He'll give a knife a good look first before he does that.
About 1.5 feet long. The handle is made of some sort of ivory or something that's dark and kind of stained. And the blade, it looks like it's also stained with something dark.
Cool. Love that. Charles will then he'll like walk probably right here-ish.
You hear your dad's voice. Charles, just be careful, please.
Attempting to. We'll see what happens. And Charles will drop the invisibility and kind of just...
Cool, roll
wave.
D4 for me.
Okay.
So long. Farewell.
One.
You.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Cool. The eye stalk immediately trains on you, and you see a yellowish beam just
Wonderful.
fire at you. Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Do I notice this standing in the doorway?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay. At that moment, I will run in as well.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Total of 9. The paralysis ray
Oh.
hits you in the chest, and all of your muscles lock up. You are paralyzed for the next minute. You watch as the eye stalk shoots the beam. It sucks back into the flesh wall, and nothing seems to come out at the moment.
Are we in combat? Or is this like a trap or combat?
Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Let me start initiative. Okay, you guys should... There you go.
On brand.
Awesome. Top of the round. Let's see. Do we have any music going by any chance?
There
Sounds like it
was.
died.
I guess we've. Did it pause or did we really hit an hour already? Oh.
Yeah, we've got an hour. Damazo's going to
Combat up in here.
run in, take a look around, sees you locked up there, and let's see. He is going to, not seeing the eye stock, he's going to run, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to go there, draw his sword and hold his action, just in case anything comes close to him. Chance, you're up next. Oh wait, I didn't begin combat. There you go.
Okay. What? I was not trying to close that door.
Do a grog.
You know what? I'm gonna run up to the wall and try stabbing where the eye stalk disappeared to.
Go for it. Go make an attack.
Oh, come on.
Let's do some of that.
Did you see the dice roll?
No, I did not.
I did. 16.
16.
16? 16 does hit, yes.
$22 damage.
Oof. Nice.
Oh, no. Maybe. track.
Love one of the pencils out of. Okay, 22 damage. Nice. That was your first attack?
Yes. Second attack going. 18 to attack.
18 hits.
14 damage.
Nice. 36 points of damage. Bonus action?
Probably gonna look weird. Gonna try bonking it with my staff.
Go for it.
Ooh. 14. The roll was a 2.
14 misses. So you slash several times and you can feel it digging in, almost hitting the stone beneath whatever this fleshy thing is. It seems like you're doing some good damage. It also seems like you might be hitting a brick wall or a stone wall at the same time. It's a weird something going on here. Okay. At initiative count 20, the eye stalk in another place on the wall emerges and is going to fire a beam at you, Chance. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
If you would be so kind.
Where's the... What's that? Slash roll 1d4? 2.
2. Cool. The beam it shoots out now is this dark red. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom saving throw. 13.
13 just barely fails. As the fear ray, slams into your shoulder, you look up at the eye stalk and you're not afraid of it. You look over, something about the bowl and the knife and all of that situation is terrifying to you. You are afraid of the bowl. You are afraid of that area, and you can no longer move closer to it. Something about it is just not right, and your blood starts to boil within you as it is terrifying for some reason. Okay, the other one, let's see what the distance is here. Let's go shoot one of Damaso. Little D4 for him. 4. You watch as a black ray gets shot at Damaso. He needs to make a dex save. And he rolls well enough to get out of the way. The beam fires and hits the ground. You watch the stone that it hits start to dissolve. Cool.
Great.
Castle, your turn.
Sweet.
Guys, whatever you do, don't get closer to the bowl.
Wait, so...
Couldn't if I tried.
So, Wrath went through the door, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I saw Wrath get fired at?
Wrath did not get fired at.
So Charles got
No,
fired at.
Wrath
got
hasn't
hit.
been.
Chance got fired at and got hit by Fear Ray. Charles is obviously paralyzed. Damaso got fired at by the other eye across the room and it missed.
Okay. I'm gonna have Risa. Can I have Risa lead me into the room?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, why can't I move Risa?
It's Chance's turn still.
Oh,
But also,
sorry. I'm
are
terrible.
you trying to move him into her into a wall?
No, I was just trying to move her through this door. Oh, what? Is that door closed?
No, I think it's just you have to move through a very specific portion of the door.
Oh, there we go. She'll lead me in here, and now that I'm next to Wrath, and he has a torch, and I can see things. Is there any enemy nearby?
You don't see any enemies nearby.
Oh.
I will say, I forgot to mention for the rest of you, the eye stalks that have shot the beams are now back in the wall.
Interesting.
Okay.
We just got to get shot at.
Okay, right here.
Go away. Simple, really.
Sure. I don't know if anyone can see that fear effect on Chance. That is sick.
It's cool. It is really cool.
The purple shadow spiraling around him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Who's
Probably
this guy
just
right
not in the
here?
room.
Ah.
That's
yeah,
Damaso.
yeah.
That's Charles's dad.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm really curious.
What you gonna do?
Here's my question. I have a spell called Ashladon Stride that lets me jet out fire from me. Would that
Mhm.
light up
I'd say as you're moving, yes, but once you stop moving, it will go dark.
Oh, okay. Not worth it then. The fact that I can't see anything, I'm just trying to steer near the light source. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. And if I see anybody, or I'm going to hold my hold my attack action.
You can.
Okay, so yeah, I have my guns trained. So Risa kind of led me into the room next to Wrath because I wanted to kind of be near the light and I needed help being guided. And she can see further into the room than I can. I'm going to hold my action that if I see anything try to shoot a beam at anybody, I will immediately fire my shots at them, having Risa guide me.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
You train your gun just waiting. Awesome. Wrath, your turn.
If I were to pick up Charles and do something with him, would that be an action?
I would say so, yes.
Okay, sorry, Charles, you're staying on the floor.
That's okay. I'm not on the floor. I'm standing and paralyzed.
Oh, I just imagine
I'm like this.
balance would be rough, paralyzed. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll go ahead as Wrath would do and go top wall.
Go chop a wall.
I mean, also getting the eye into the light would allow Castle to see the eye on the wall.
True.
Shit.
Or the eye stalk, yeah.
I'm using a rage. Reckless attack. 24.
Definitely hits. Whew.
18 damage.
Quite nice.
Second attack.
Is there evidence our attacks are doing anything?
There is. You, as weird as it sounds, there are gashes and blood splatters. As you draw your weapon away, both of you guys, you draw your weapons away, it is coated in some sort of blood or ichor or something like that. Another 16 damage.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and, just for funsies, do a menacing attack to see what happens.
Okay.
Whatever it is, has to roll a wisdom save.
It would need to if it wasn't immune to fear.
Okay. Yeah, I figured. Alright, so
But
that's
good.
5 more damage, but that's my turn.
Yep, good looking. All right. Wrath and Chance side by side slashing at a wall of flesh. It is, that's weird. Why is Castle in there twice?
Is it Risa?
No, I already got Reese off there. Okay, weird. Frank.
Yeah, I think it just double did it. It was weird.
That's all good.
You already know what I'm going to do, I think.
Just sit back and wait.
Maybe it did extra attack.
Cool. Kind of committed to this rogue thing now, so we'll. I don't know. I don't trust like that.
Okay. You
I
kind of
will
slink.
jump in should I be requested.
Cool. You slink back into the darkness, hearing your allies. Honestly, you can't see them, but it sounds like they're just smashing the weapons into a wall with some mild,
some meaty thwacks.
With some meaty thwacks, yeah, exactly. Quentin's turn. He's going to. Oops. He's going to run up to the corner or the edge here. Can't really see much. And he will also hold his turn. He's going to pull out his long bow and knock an arrow, waiting for something that he can see. Charles, your turn.
I am paralyzed.
You are paralyzed. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn.
Yay! That's really good.
That is very good and enough. The paralysis fades. But that's the end of your turn.
Okay, that was a bad idea. All right.
Awesome. Damaso is his turn. Seeing the ground that was shot, he's going to step in front of you, Charles, and
As Damaso starts his turn, as Charles gets unparalyzed,
sure,
can he say something to Damaso?
go for it.
Father, there's a man. Father, there's a knife in the bowl. Grab it. I think it's important.
Good. And he will run over. Let's go 5. Oops. Why is that? Weird. Apparently, pushing down on my arrow keys is pushing up.
Weird.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He will pick up the knife and make one move back there. But your dad now, he's got his rapier in one hand and a knife in the other.
He could dash to come back. Picking up an item isn't.
Oh, actually, sorry. Bonus action, he's going to come back.
Oh, and then he still has his action. And
Yep.
Charles would say, "Try hitting the eye with a knife."
Solid plan. He runs back. And he will attack it with the knife.
I feel like ritualistic knife in the middle of a chamber with some eyes on the wall. I don't know. Feels like it's a
Just
good
pick it up with your
formula,
hand.
maybe. I don't know.
14 just misses, unfortunately.
Gosh dang it, Dad.
Well, he's trying to attack with his left hand. He's a righty. But that is his turn. Chance. You are afraid of the bull and the knife. And it is now closer to you.
Oof.
Chance's fur is standing very much on end right now. He's gonna. I don't know. Can he?
You can still attack. It's just you'll have disadvantage as long as the thing you fear is within vision.
Yep.
He gonna try attacking where the eye stalk was again.
Okay, go for it.
With disadvantage.
Yep, go and roll with disadvantage.
Ouch.
I mean, it's still 14, but that doesn't hit, I think.
Not one.
Your fear, watching Damaso run over, grab the knife, and run back, at every step, your terror just gets worse and worse and worse. And as you try and reach out and strike the wall, you are barely able to brush it with your sword for your first hit. Go ahead and you have your second attack.
My second attack was the nat one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the second attack was that one?
Yeah, my first attack was a 14. Second attack was a 12.
I understand. Both of them miss, unfortunately. You just... There's something wrong here, and you know it instinctually. Unfortunately, that is it. Initiative count 20. Eye stalks pop out on both walls. Both Quentin and Castle get their shots.
Sweet.
Quentin's arrow goes wide. I will say, with Risa being there, I'm assuming she's there to kind of help you, so you can roll your attack with
Yes.
advantage.
Well, did either of the eyes fire?
Not well. They're about to fire.
Oh yeah, my action was to hold until one of them fired at somebody.
My bad. Okay.
Yeah.
The one up here next to the trio attacking it is going to, let's roll a d4. It's going to attack Damaso. And Damaso needs to make a con save. And a 14 is just barely enough. The eye hit there, the beam hits Damaso, and you almost watch his whole frame freeze up before he shrugs it off. The other one is going to. Nobody is in range. Okay.
Funky.
It's still out. So the one back up here you can shoot at, the one that was just
Yep, it fired at Damaso.
you fired at Damaso, yep.
Yep, 2 shots.
With advantage because of Reese's help for the first one at least.
Sweet. At least the first one.
Yeah, so the first one gets advantage. The second one doesn't.
Yep.
Okay, so 17 is the advantage.
Thank heavens, because that does hit, yes.
Okay. Do a super shot. 21 magic damage. Okay. Second shot is a 10.
Okay. 10 misses.
Okay.
But that first shot,
Wide.
it's the eye stalk's about to pull back in, and your shot goes off, and it deals total double damage. So that's 42 points of damage, which is enough.
42 damage. Sweet.
You watch as your shot, you're just waiting for it. And as the eye stalk comes out and fires, you sight your gun and fire, and the eye stalk explodes, and the rest of the flesh on the wall just starts to slaw off, seemingly losing its form.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Nope, that saves. Okay. Oh, my bad. Chance, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn to see if you can fight off the fear.
Okay.
Also, doesn't freaking Quentin have does he have multiple attacks?
Or
Or am I?
Oh, yeah, it does. I forgot about that.
Because I remember in the last fight he was hitting multiple times.
Yeah.
Give him another shot. Give him another shot.
Yeah, sure. He'll get another shot on the one on the far end.
By
That's
the
a
way, my
15.
wisdom saving throw was 15.
I'm going to yell out, though. It's easier when the eyes are bigger.
You said the wisdom save was 15?
Yeah.
That's enough. You are no longer feared. The inexplicable terror at the knife next to you and the weird bowl goes away, and you feel yourself kind of start to calm down, relax, even in the middle of the combat here. The 15 also hits from Quentin's longbow on the other guy, dealing, ooh, nice, 10, 20 points of damage as the eye stalk is hit. Okay.
But does not blow up.
It does not blow up. The eye stalk is then... Actually, no, it doesn't retreat because it didn't shoot its ray. Okay. I believe it is now Castle's turn.
Sweet. The other eye stock didn't retreat?
It did not, but how you can't actually see it.
No, I can't, but Risa can.
Risa can. So what's going to happen is she's going to give you the help action on this, which will cancel out your disadvantage.
Straight
Cool.
roll.
Sounds good.
Straight roll.
Yep. So, we're like, Risa, line me up.
She kind of almost like creates a
Tripod.
a tripod for you and just kind of tries to line it up as best she can. Go ahead and make your 2 attacks.
Cool. There's one that's going to hit.
That was almost a misfire.
That's great, though.
Wait, how was it almost? I rolled a 5.
Is that
Forward
a 5?
misfire.
Oh,
Yeah.
It looked like, your dice are so weird. It looks like a 3 to me.
I know. I use the neon dice because I'm techno.
13 misses, 22 hits. Go and roll damage.
Will he need... Oh.
Max damage.
Cool.
26 magical to the other eye.
26 times 2. 52
Oh my
points. 52 points of damage to the eye stalk.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, the first one was like a sighting, and Risa's like, "Oh, hold on, down a little bit."
Yeah. Perfect. The eye is not dead, but it's squinting quite a lot. Okay, any movement for you? Or are you good?
No, we're gonna we're gonna stay right here because I'm still on the periphery of light, and I have to be in the light. So yeah,
Sounds good. Wrath, you're up.
Right. I'll move.
I'm like firing in the
Here.
darkness.
Oh, everybody can see
Whoa, I can
the
see it.
eye, so they may not be able to see themselves.
I will say the eye stalk is on this side of the eye, or of the wall.
I can actually attack it. Can I reach it with my sword? And I have 10-foot reach.
Absolutely, yeah. Hits. $13 times 2 is 26.
I assume that does it.
Oh, it's still up.
Okay.
You slash through part of the eye, and it does kind of burst in one section. It's barely holding on. But with this next one, how do you want to do it?
Stab it straight through the center of the eye instead of slashing.
You pull your blade up, which you normally do your wide arc slashes to get the best momentum, but you thrust with this, and your blade pierces the eye, pierces the stalk, pierces the flesh of the wall, and then pierces the stone of the wall as it digs in probably a solid foot, and everything starts to slaw off.
And then everyone sees me afterward trying to get my sword out of the wall.
As combat ends, love when you end combat, it's like, here, now give them all this stuff. As combat ends, your things kind of relax a little bit. The bowl is still there. Your father still holds the knife.
Pence is gonna look at the knife and say, "Get that thing away from me."
Oh, all right.
Put that thing back where it came from. So helping.
He's going to come over to the bowl, kind of look at the knife and look at the bowl. Anyone have any ideas?
Is there still some of that meat on the ground?
You look over and there's kind of this red meat flesh that's slowly starting to rot.
Charles will put on some glove and just kind of grab some and kind of bring it over to the bowl. If it's still bloody, just drop it.
As it drops in, it lands and sizzles and goes up in flames, and disappears.
Anything else happen?
You look around, nothing else.
Huh.
Wrath will grab one of the eyes. Right in there.
Same thing.
No blood left or anything?
Doesn't seem to be, no.
Right. Hey, Charles is dead. Can I borrow that knife?
Sure. He hands it to you.
Wrath will casually walk over to the bowl and cut his hand and let some blood drip into the bowl.
Ooh,
All right.
it's going right in.
Roll a
Going
d6 for me.
in.
Ooh. Three.
You take 3 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points is reduced by 3 points. By 3. But the blood, as it drips and lands in the bowl, starts to fill out the etching on the bottom. Just magically starts to fill it, and it fills it just a little bit.
Okay, well that's the solution. It's not full. It needs some more.
It does seem like it needs some more.
Charles will bloop. All right, Wrath, give it to you. Charles will not slash, but more like poke his thumb, or at least cut his thumb, and let it drip.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. Cuatro.
You take 4 points of necrotic damage, and your maximum hit points is reduced by 4. The blood drips into it, and it fills it out just a little bit more. Seems like it needs
Do
more.
I need to go again, or does someone else want to feel pain?
I'm actually curious to see if it even work for Castle. He doesn't have blood in the typical sense.
That would be interesting.
Castle, come on. Be cool.
Wait,
Be
do-
cool, Cass.
While they're doing this, Chance is gonna stick very close to the wall and try the handle on the other door.
There does not seem to be a handle on it.
Is there any wisdom or saves for poor old Chance there?
Oh, I was able to shake off the fear earlier.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. All right.
Wait, so what do you want me to
We're
do?
just trying to open it to see if it'll open. That'd be so funny if we're just like cutting ourselves. We didn't even try to frickin' open the door. We're so dumb.
Try the door before you take an axe to it.
Does the door open? So help me, Josh.
Oh no,
Oh, you said there's no handle?
Okay.
there's no handle. Yeah, there's no handle as he pushes it.
It's a push. We're trying to pull on it. It's a push door.
That would be
Door.
hilarious. That does sound like something I would do, but no. It does seem to be...
That feels like a
some sort-
crappy DM move. Just saying. I mean, like,
I like it.
it does seem to
I
be
do it.
almost magically locked.
I'd only do that if they specified I pull the door. Like, if they say I tried to open the door, that implies a whole bunch of actions.
Of doors that like every door has something weird going on. The final boss door it's just a push door. You gotta lead it to like, how do you open it? You know.
Damaso reaches his hand out towards the dagger. All right.
Okay.
We're all in, huh?
All in.
Okay.
Are you guys disinfecting the knife in between uses? Or...
No.
It's magical.
Wait, what are they trying to do?
So as
Summon
they,
the bowl with blood.
yeah,
Do I have a spell for that? Maybe.
Oh, I just happen to
Create
have the
blood.
create blood spell.
Yeah.
Oh
There is
no,
a sort of
create or
black
destroy
blood
blood.
magic.
I destroyed all your blood. We'll have to do it again. Gosh, that sounds like such a stupid, like, player trying to,
I'm
like,
just
bend
thinking
the
about.
rules.
I have.
I use destroy water on the creature to dehydrate it.
I mean,
Ha. Ha.
works if they're made of water, as we found out long
Well, yeah,
time
if
ago.
they're made of water.
Did
Blood
that
is
room just take
basically
on a
just
different
our
color?
bodies trying to fake salt water from where we first evolved from. So this is why it's all salty. It's trying to match the salt levels.
Blood isn't salty. Blood is full of iron.
It's also salty though.
Sweat is salty. Blood
Yeah,
is
blood is also
metallic.
Got both in it.
anyway,
Trust me, I read a Reddit post once, many months ago.
Oh, then that's factual.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my! Why have I not been using Arcane Eye?
Oh yeah, you should be using that way more often.
Yeah, especially because it has dark vision.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best reconnaissance spells in the game.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's pretty
Damaso slits his hand, drops some blood, and it looks like the rest of the runes are almost filled up. There's like 3 or 4 larger runes that are left.
Did Castle try yet?
I don't know, Castle, did you try?
I want to see if
I'll
it even
try.
works.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
see if I can even cut my hand, considering it's made of metal.
Castle, roll a d6 for me.
Ooh.
Okay.
It is a magic knife.
That is true. A 6.
You take 6 points of damage, necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is decreased by 6 points. However, whatever fluid runs through your veins, tubes,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Tubes.
He's canonically liquid cooled then.
Yeah. It does seem to flow out, and as it splatters against the etchings of this bowl, it blends with the blood and fills out the rest of the runes. As it does so, all of the blood is sucked into one corner, dripped out of the faucet, the little spigot on the end, on the side, into the what's it called?
Channel.
Into the channel. Thank you. And continues to drain and leaks up into the door. Flashes a dark red, and Chance, you have to step back a little bit as the door opens inward towards you. Would you be so
By the
kind-
way, it looked like arcane energy that flowed out of me. Like it was like glowing blue.
Ooh,
Perfect.
Like the stuff you see spark out of my gun sometimes.
fancy.
Chance, would you mind opening that door, please?
All right. Odds?
Orb.
In the next room, those who have the ability to look right now see 3 glass orbs, probably 2.5, 3 feet in diameter, on stone pedestals. Each of them seem to be glowing with a very faint inner light. Other than that, there is a door on the other side of the room, And that's it.
Charles, with his detect magic, will kind of walk to the edge of the room and see if there is anything to see.
How far? Sorry, go for it, Chance.
I'm gonna step just to the other side of the door into the room.
Okay. How far does detect magic go? 10 feet?
Let me click it.
Or
And
30.
no, let me
Either
see. Let
10
me
or-
click
it's either
it,
10 or 30.
and it'll have it in the. Oh,
And then there'll be.
boop.
30 feet.
Just barely.
You do notice that the orb is giving off a slight obturative. The orb that is barely in your circle
Charles
is.
will get to where Chance is, along with the template.
Go for it. Yeah, the orbs are giving off very slight obturative, but you also can feel the necrotic energy from the bowl behind you.
We better keep that knife. It's kind of interesting.
On it.
You want to what?
It's a historical, archaeological find.
Doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs in a dangerous dungeon where no one can find it.
Whatever. I suppose I've seen a strange thing or two in my time.
And you wouldn't have seen it unless it was documented. Anyway.
Wrath will go ahead and try the door.
We're a door first person people now.
You head over to the door. As you pass in between these orbs, you can feel the energy between them, and your hair kind of starts standing up on end. But that's it.
Darkest
check
magic
the
of
door.
all.
Really weird.
Magnets.
No.
You check the.
How do they work?
You check the door. It is locked. However, Wrath, as you're walking past everything, make a perception check for me.
Mm.
17. This wall over here has a very familiar mural painted on it.
Oh.
Well, sort of familiar. As you walk back over to it, it catches your eye, you check the door, and then you head back. The light hits it. A black ground.
Charles will come over as well. Seeing that nothing happened to Wrath, Charles will start following him.
Okay. As you pass by the orbs, you guys all feel that energy emanating from it, almost like static electricity. Chance, your fur is kind of all poofy at this point. You see the black ground, the rough painted trees on the distance, and instead of the sun being on the horizon, it is up in the sky. And three figures as silhouettes.
3. What did the sky look like again?
It's a blue sky with the sun high up.
Noon.
Chance is gonna walk over to the pedestal in the middle and take a closer look at the glass orb. Is it like connected to the pedestal in any way?
It is, yes. There's like this intricate metallic holder, I guess is the best way to put it. just kind of affixing the orb to the pedestal. And you can see that faint glow on the inside of like a shifting between blues and greens and purples and yellows and reds, just kind of this ever present light inside, very faint.
I might regret this. I'm gonna touch the orb with the tip of my voltage.
Ooh.
Mm. With your voltage.
Yeah, sparky sword.
I don't like those gears turning, Josh. That kind of, I didn't foresee this, but I'm interested to see how I think that plays out kind of look.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay. You touch the tip of voltage to the orb, and a spark of electricity just shoots in between the two edges of the blade and into the orb itself. It glows brighter. Let me double check one thing.
How does electricity work?
Never seems to be how I think it does.
Okay. As you are connected to your sword, your voltage. You instinctually know that the orb is siphoning some of the electrical current of the blade into itself. You can hold it there for longer and more of it will be siphoned out, or you can pull it away and stop the transference. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna pull it away for now because I can always touch it back later.
Okay. As you pull it away, the orb starts to glow less. You understand that if you were to hold it there, the ability to cast its lightning bolt would have been siphoned out and not usable for the rest of the day.
These orbs, they're orbs, right? They're perfectly spherical?
Seem to be, yeah.
Okay. Well, we could try to get two of them to touch.
Do have the orbs to touch?
Yeah. Feels like something we could do, maybe.
How far apart are they?
They seem to be about 15 feet apart.
Wrath, if you would try to maybe push them together.
Okay. Wrath will go to the one below him and try to push it toward the middle.
Okay. Are you just pushing on the orb or the pedestal? Which way are you going about this?
Right, they're on pedestals.
Yes.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, I guess looking at the orb, said it was connected to the pedestal somehow, so I guess I'll try to, move the full pedestal without knocking it over.
Go ahead and make a strength check or a dexterity saving throw. It's a weird combination there, but the idea is you can either push it as hard as you can and we'll see what happens if it stays upright. So the DC of the strength check is going to be higher, but if you do a dexterity saving throw, it'll be less because you're trying to like hold it upright as you go.
Okay.
Wouldn't that just
Well,
be a
if I'm gonna get
dexterity
hurt, I'll
check?
have advantage anyway.
Yeah, it'll be just dirty check. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not a saving throw, it's a check.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna move
Just
out
do
of
a
the way.
Saving
strength.
throw
too.
implies something bad is happening to you that you're trying to prevent.
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah, I'm not raging right now, and I don't want to use my last one, so
Yeah, don't.
normal.
Not
A
bad.
22. You get down towards the pedestal and like a linebacker pushing against those the practice dummies. You push with your legs, get your shoulder up into it, and just kind of just go nuts on this. And it does shift. It shifts 5 feet over, 6 feet, 7 feet, and then it starts to tip. Now I need you to make a dex save to try and catch it. And I'll say Chance or Charles, both of you could try and rush in to help.
Yeah.
If you would like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
a check or a saving throw?
That is a saving throw.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my weapons away real quick to try and save.
Is
So
there assisting
we rolling the
advantage?
same thing?
Yep, everyone roll a dex save.
Okay.
And I'll take the
Say everyone?
just those 3 unless you're running in to help.
No, I'm. It seems like they've more or less got it, right?
I mean, there's 3 of us.
We'll have to see.
Oh. They haven't told me to
13,
reveal myself yet,
13.
so I'm sticking to it.
Wait, so only have to roll the dex save?
Chance would be the only other one.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like,
You rolled a
I'm still
15.
staying by the door. I'm just kind of observing and making sure nothing is coming out of the walls.
What did Chance roll? Sorry, I can't see it.
Oh, 15.
15? Okay. Generally, you guys are able to stop it from falling over and crashing. However, it does fall over, but gently. So now it's just kind of laying on the ground. And it doesn't look like they're actually attached to the floor. Except they kind of are. There seems to be some sort of a cable that runs from the bottom of the pedestal into the floor where it was originally sitting.
Oh.
Just kind of a wire or a cable that leads there.
Okay.
Maybe they're lights, and oh, I don't understand.
I kind of got an idea. When Charles takes out a metal dagger and touches it, what happens? Just a normal metal dagger.
Boom.
Doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay. And touching the orb doesn't do anything. I don't feel electricity coming off of it.
You do feel some sort of static energy coming off of it. I wouldn't explicitly call it electricity, but I would call it
Interesting.
some sort of a static energy.
Weird. Alright. Well, I was thinking maybe we need to, like... my first idea was making the orbs touch. But if we can't make them touch, we could pull, like, a... Charles wouldn't say this, but Max would. A Breath of the Wild. Just grab a bunch of metal weapons and touch them together to trail a electrical current between them.
Well, how long is my sword?
Chance is gonna go over to the mural and look at the 3 figures in it. Is there any significance to their positioning?
They look almost identical in the same placement as the other 2 murals.
So
Except
the
in
3
fact-
figures are just in a
figure.
line?
Yeah, they just seem to be 3 humanoids in the exact same place as the 2 and the 1 and the others.
Got it. Okay.
The only real difference would be the sun being high in the sky versus the sunrise and the sunset, supposedly, from the other 2.
Oh, there's that. Charles will cast light on his staff.
Okay.
Or actually, he'll cast light on one of the orbs and see if it reacts.
Which orb?
Middle one.
Middle one. You walk over to the middle orb, reach out and cast light. As you do, the spell seems to be sucked into it. There is no light, but it does glow just a slight brighter before dying back down.
Magic hungry. Alright, let's put the orb back in the place it was in.
Okay. Easy enough. Between whoever's in there, you guys can lift it back up and put it back on the spot.
Yeah, there's a lot of us. So, we need to light up each of the orbs, potentially at the same time. Let's try 3 cantrips, all targeted at the orbs. I'll target the middle. Chance can target the left or right, and
Are
Castle.
you thinking with like prestidigitation?
Yeah, just any cantrip. We'll try that first. Just all at the same time, boom. And then if that doesn't work, we'll
Pulling out my
increase
firebolt.
our tactics.
Wait, actually. Wait, we're just trying to do what?
I was thinking hitting all 3 of the orbs with a spell at the same time. However, if you wanted to cast Fireball and just hit all 3 at the same time with the same spell... But then, that's the thing, if you cast a spell at the orb, it won't go off, so Fireball won't create the AoE necessarily. Maybe only one would absorb it. I'm not sure how that works. We'd have to test it.
Yeah. I'm gonna then kind of stay back here and cast a Mage Hand that will go touch one of them.
Okay.
And I'll just pump energy in that way.
Okay, so we'll just do 3 cantrips on the 3 separate orbs first. See what that does.
You count it down and you cast your spells. Each spell gets sucked into the orb. They all glow for just a brief second before dipping back down at the same time.
Okay. Annoying.
Well, that was helpful.
Oh, Chance. I have an idea.
Yes.
Charles and Chance, we should both try and cast Eldritch Blast with our 3 spears each hitting one of the orbs at the same time. So that's 2 cantrips hitting all 3. I don't know.
Okay, I'll get on the lower.
We'll try that.
Side
See
of
if that
the-
works.
Lower side of
At
the
the
room.
same
so I can see
time,
I don't want to cast
Yeah.
spells.
we'll try to open the door.
Ooh.
The door. Okay. You thinking while that's glowing kind of thing?
A moment of glow.
Okay. You wait and you hear the firing of the Eldritch blasts. You do see each of the orbs glowing faintly. Wrath, you reach out and try the door. It gives more than it did before, but then because seems to be still locked.
Alright.
Well, it does seem like we may have to make them light, but that wasn't enough.
Okay.
Wait, how far apart are they?
About 15 feet from one to the next.
Oh, that's an idea. I mean, Charles could... So I could cast Lightning Bolt, and it would technically hit all 3. I just don't know if it would just be absorbed by one.
I think it would. I think what we need to do is close the circuit so that whatever electricity is not just taken out of all of them, but I don't know. Can we cut the cords and then connect them all with metal and then do it again? I don't know.
What are you talking about, Ralph?
It was not Wrath. Okay.
I know. But I'm trying to think of what you're saying. So you're saying
like we have an open circuit or 3 open circuits right now where electricity is just escaping into like We don't know
Ground.
where because there's cords underneath all these.
Yeah.
And if we connect all of these without energy able to escape, then they will. If we hit it with lightning, then they will keep pumping energy into each other. Probably too complicated for a solution.
No, that actually makes a lot of sense.
So
He's
what?
essentially saying that you use a really, really powerful spell. Like if we connected them all so that they could all absorb from the same source, then you use a really, really, really powerful spell and they'll all equally absorb it because they're all connected to each other.
Okay, so
We could
The
try
problem
lighting
is I don't have a pull that long. Nor could I forge something right now that could.
we're also trying to do like free cantrips. I feel like Castle, if you wanted to try a first level spell and see if it like stays in the orb instead of fading away.
Ooh. Wait, it absorbed cantrips?
It did, but like it fades immediately. So I'm wondering if like because cantrips are level 0 spells, they're kind of like nothing burgers. And so like a leveled spell would actually have some substance behind it and therefore maybe stick in the orb instead of fading away.
Okay, just to let you know, I have no level 1 attack spells. But
You have healing,
I
right?
I have a healing, yes, but I'm not gonna throw a healing at this thing.
Why not? It's a spell. It's absorbing all spells.
Well, I'd rather than throw. You know what? Castle would just try this out as an experiment then. I'm going to take aim at that middle one right there. And I'm going to cast Brandied Smite and shoot it with a magical bullet.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
So we're testing if it's bulletproof.
You said you're shooting at the middle one?
Yes.
Okay. You cast the spell and you fire. As your bullet hits the glass of the orb, it breaks into dozens of pieces and then immediately just gets sucked in, and the orb starts to glow brightly and stays glowing.
Okay, thank goodness.
Well, that worked, guys.
Wait, so the glass broke,
I'll
but
like
then
twirl my gun, go
breaks in?
and blow it out.
So the bullet broke, and the glass stayed intact.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, like, essentially the magic impact against it split apart into mana and then just got absorbed.
Okay. Charles, you know what? I'll try to use some staff charges. Lower level staff charges. So, I'll cast Flaming Sphere on one of the orbs with the staff.
Which one?
Right. Oh. Purple.
You cast it on the right, and it also starts to glow as the flaming sphere is absorbed into it and becomes the light inside.
Alright, and then I'll cast Flaming
You also
Sphere.
watch as 2 runes on the door start to glow brightly.
Cool. I will then cast Flaming Sphere once again on the left one. I will mark those charges off my staff.
And then the Wrath will open the door.
As the third, what's it called? Brain just died. Third rune on the door starts to glow. The door is openable. Openable? I'm not even sure if that's a word. Wrath, go ahead and open that door.
Unlocks.
It unlocks. Thank you. Inside, you see two, if you guys want to move forward, you see two golden dragon head statues. Between the teeth of each one is a staff. One glowing a golden light, the other glowing a purplish light. And then on the ground you see what look like two sundials. The sundials each are finely decorated. And in the center of each one, right underneath the fin that makes up the actual dial itself, or the whatever it's called, whatever it's called, the fin. You see on the one closest to you a single figure painted in black. And at the far end of the room, you notice another twisting iron pedestal with what almost looks like green ice growing from the top, and a little orb set in the center of it. What do you guys want to do?
Chance is going to take a few steps forward to see if he can get a closer look at that orb, but he's not going to pass the dragon head.
Okay. It's hard to tell from this distance. You can almost just see, again, what looks like green ice or something of that nature, just kind of growing from the top of the pedestal. Inside of it, you can see, just kind of sitting at the bottom of the base, an orb. It's hard to tell the color.
Charles will attempt to cross the face of the dragon.
You cross the face, you can see the sundial off to your left. Nothing happens.
Okay.
And as you walk closer to that back area, you see the secondary sundial. And it has two figures painted at the base of the fin. You also notice as you're walking by, at certain intervals around it, there are holes in the ground. Just kind of small, about yay big. It's like if we were going off of a clock, it would be like the 12 o'clock, the 1:30, the 3, the 3:30, the 4:30, the 6, the 7:30, the 9, the 10:30, and the 12 on both dials. And as you look at the dragon's heads, the staves clutched in its teeth, each glowing a separate color, I think we can end it there and pick up where we
Good. Knocked out 2 puzzle rooms. Feeling good. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Getting knocked out, and that's sometimes you really need that, you know.
Well, good. I love it. I like the puzzles. They're good.
Yeah, they're neat.
You guys, I'll just say you guys inadvertently solved that last one. If you take a look at the murals, you have 2 figures at sunrise, 3 figures at noonday, 1 figure at sunset. The concept was similar to the Deku Tree in Ocarina of Time. 23, 1,
Right,
2,
is
3,
number
1.
23 is number 1. Yeah. Burned into my brain forever.
Yep.
Right? But you have, like, yeah. And you guys were right with the leveled spells.
Yeah, I figured.
But you guys just kind of inadvertently did the right order. So, cool.
Nice.
Well
I feel like
done.
it would have taken a little while to figure that out if we didn't get it.
I mean, that's what experimentation's for, right?
Yep.
Well, cool. Well, I guess we will pick up there hopefully next week. If everyone is good for that.
Yeah. Should be. Wait,
Yep.
what day is next Wednesday?
The
26.
26th.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm good.
And we'll see where this takes us.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
This
All
puzzle,
right, well.
this puzzle looks more complicated than the others, so hyped for it.
Suppose I should follow in, but the guys are right next to the door.
Also, this
we
room's
can-
pretty lit up with purple light, so
Yeah, but is it dim light?
No.
Yikes. Yeah, I'll have to be following from a distance then.
Totally up to you.
I'm committed. I gotta stick to it now.
Awesome. Well, everyone have a good night. And I'm apparently losing my voice, so I'll see you guys next week.
Sounds
See
good.
you next
Yeah.
week.
Yes.